Welcome back to the online classes of physics. This is your Naima Miss back again with the topic of coal and petroleum continuation. So we have learned about what is coal and what is petroleum, isn't it? We have learned about the sources of material, and we have also learned about the like how the how in the ancient days the people used to use different materials, isn't it? So in this lesson we are going to learn. We have even learned about the sources, isn't it? Natural resources and exhaustible and inexhaustible resources. Just for a recap, we'll go with what are natural resources. What are first we'll go with the renewable, that is exhaustible and non inexhaustible resources. As I already said, exhaustible resources, exhaustible or the non renewable resources, exhaustible, or they are also called as non renewable resources. With this only you will understand that non renewable means they cannot be again produced or reused. So that means they are in a these are in limited stock. Okay, they are in very limited stock in nature, and once they are finished you cannot reproduce it. Example, we have coal, we have petroleum, we have natural gases, isn't it? Natural gases, etc. Okay, whereas inexhaustible or the renewable resources, inexhaustible or the renewable resources, this means that they are unlimited. They are unlimited resources, stocks. They are in unlimited resources. They don't end up how much ever you use. Okay, they don't end up. Example, we have sunlight, isn't it? Sunlight is also unlimited. We have air, we have a lot of examples like this, isn't it? So with this we come to know about the exhaustible and inexhaustible resources. So in this lesson we are going to learn about the inexhaustible resources which are present in nature, that is coal, petroleum and natural gases. These are the things we are going to learn in this lesson. Okay, uh, why they are said as inexhaustible, that means these are again they cannot be again reproduced, isn't it? So these should be used in a, that is, these should be utilized judicially in a very safe and proper manner. Like you should not be using this in a waste form, isn't it? So because see, coal is obtained from again nature, isn't it? This also is obtained again from nature, that is from the plants. It is obtained from plants. This is obtained, petroleum is obtained from the animals and any animals or the human dead cells, and gases, that is like it is obtained from minerals, that is metals and all, like we have gold, silver, all these things. Okay, ores. So these are things that which cannot be reproduced again, so we need to take care. We have to use in a very judicial manner, isn't it? So why it is a concern with the exhaustible resources, why we have to see that sorry children, this is exhaustible, not inexhaustible. Okay, this is exhaustible resources. In this lesson we are going to learn about the exhaustible resources, that is coal, petroleum and natural gas. So why it is a concern that we have to take care of this for, so that the future generation can use. For this I'll give you an example. Suppose you are having a jar of chocolates. Okay, you have a jar of chocolates, and in this you have filled with chocolates. Okay, it's filled with chocolates. So similarly, is filled with so many chocolates in this. You are having chocolates in this. It is there are so many chocolates which you don't require also. Okay, there are so many in number of chocolates present in this box. Okay, but there are only two students here. You find only two students. You have only two students here, two children here, and for two childrens So these many chocolates, jar full of chocolates are so much, isn't it? So they will use how much they want. But in future, these children's increases. Suppose you have now 5 childrens, okay? Then there some of the chocolates will decrease. More few childrens will come. More few childrens will come, and again they will also take the chocolates. That means slowly, slowly, the jar of chocolates will get decreased, isn't it? In this jar, the chocolates will get decreased. Okay, now as you see the number of children are increasing, the chocolates are decreasing. As the chocolate decreases, then what you will give for them? That means when they are more only, you have to give in a proper appropriate manner, isn't it? When you are distributing this in an abnormal manner, that is, you are not distributing the chocolates like if one child is there, you have to give one chocolate, isn't it? If you're giving one child five or six chocolates, then that in future will be not possible, it will not be sufficient for us. So that's why similarly, suppose you imagine this like a nature, and these things, these chocolates are all the resources what we are getting from nature. So whatever resources we are getting from nature should be distributed equally. If they are not distributed or utilized properly, then in future our children's, like our children's next generations to generations, they will be facing problem, and they don't get a proper resource whatever they need, and then they will face different kinds of problems. So let us know what are fossil fuels. Children, what are fossil fuels? I hope everyone knows fossil fuels are nothing but these fuels are formed by the natural process of decomposition. They are formed by the natural decomposition of the natural decomposition of dead plants and animals. Dead plants and animals. Dead plants and animals. So what is happening here? Whatever the whatever the plants and animals product is there, that will start depositing in the layers of the earth, and there you will see that depositing in the layers of the earth, and there you will see that the there you will see that the number of these plants and animals whatever are present in the earth, they will get deposited, and there these fossils are formed, that is which will be used in the future. So they are not formed within 1 or 2 days. They will take a number of years, a lot of years they will take. Now if we say the coal, we are talking about coal and petroleum, where the fossil fuel came from. Then this coal and petroleums are nothing but they are fossil fuels. Okay, they are nothing but the fossil fuels. The coal exists from the dead plants. Okay, it exists from the dead plants, and the petroleum, it exists from the dead animals. Okay, whatever plants, whatever these things we are using, coal and petroleum, it exists from the coal exists from the dead plants, and petroleum exists from the dead animals. So what are the importance of this fossil fuel? We are going to learn what is the importance. So they are used as the sources of energy, that is it produces heat energy as well as light energy, isn't it? Even kerosene, this kerosene also comes under petroleum, isn't it? So that is also used in the purpose of heat energy, light energy, isn't it? Coal is also used as a heat energy as well as light energy in domestic purposes. Kerosene is also used for the cooking purpose, isn't it? Coal is also used for the cooking purpose. Now this petroleum is also available in the form of gas, that is we are using in the LPG cylinders, isn't it? LPG gases. And thermal power plants, wherever you find thermal power plants, in that we use a lot of heat energy is produced from these thermal power plants. Heat energy is produced, and you can even see the thermal energy, that is light energy, is also produced. And let us know how were the fossil fuels were formed, isn't it? How the fossil fuels were formed, how we came into the discovery of fossil fuels. So these fossil fuels were formed during the Carboniferous period. Not now. It was formed in so many million years back. So many million years back. That is period of Carboniferous. Okay, this was a lot of, like it was 360 to 286 years, millions of years back. Carboniferous period. Okay, so a lot of trees and plants, what happened, a lot of trees and plants, whatever they were present, they were just, sunk to the bottom of the ocean. How it happened? Because of natural sources like floods. Okay, what has happened, so many floods came into existence, and what happened, whatever trees and animals and plants were there, they just sunk into the bottom of the sunk to the bottom of the oceans. Okay, they just sunk into bottom of the oceans. And what happened there, they settled for so many years. After that, what happened, after settling down for so many years, then what happened, pressure have been occurring on them, and these dead cells, dead bodies, or you can say dead plants or animals, whatever were there, they were just sunking more and more down, and then the layers of sand and clay were forming on these bodies. Okay, then what happened, more the water started squeezing out of the squeezing of water took place from this body. Squeezing of water occurred. Okay, from these bodies, and slowly you can see that formation of oils or gases, coal, oil, or gases took place. Okay, formation of coal, oil, or gases took place. So I hope this is clear, isn't it? So next we will learn how, what are the these are the, like, we have the advantages also of the fossil fuels, but plus side by side we also will be having, like, one coin has two sides. Similarly, advantages will be there, means disadvantages also will be present. So based on this, we can say what are the disadvantages also we will learn. So let us know the disadvantages. Disadvantages, first one, you can see that there is a lot of oil pollution caused due to the gases released into the atmosphere. Because of the release of so many gases into the atmosphere, harmful gases into the atmosphere, like carbon dioxide, so many other gases, like we have, they go and combine into the atmosphere and form oxides, isn't it? They form oxides, and these oxides later results into acid rains, isn't it? Later results into acid rains. For example, if you take Taj Mahal, you know that how the Taj Mahal used to be first, isn't it? It used to be very white, but now due to the acid rains, that is formation of oxides into atmosphere, had result into the formation of acid rains, and they have spoiled the marbles into some yellowish color, isn't it? They have now changed into a little bit yellowish color, isn't it? Now greenhouse effect also you can see, because of the release of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, you can also see the greenhouse effect. Why? The important gases like methane and carbon dioxide present in the greenhouse effect increases the heat. So now, because of the increase in heat, it results in the global warming. As the global warming occurs, then the greenhouse is affected, isn't it? So now, to this conclusion, we need that usage of manageable the usage must be manageable, because our future generation can be using these all fuels, whatever we have used, whatever resources we have been using, the future generation also uses. If we don't think of our future generation, then the definitely there is a loss of the lives in our future generations, isn't it? So with this we end up the video. The next topic will be continued in the next video. So till then, take care, and thank you for watching. If you did not understand, please go twice the video and try to understand. I hope it was useful to you all, and thank you.